Alright, hello guys, welcome to my review of Captain America, Brave New World. So yeah, I'm just gonna go straight into spoilers since I've already done a video on my main channel, just giving my thoughts on the movie, so if you wanna watch that, I'll see if I can leave a link. But yeah, in this video I'm just going straight into spoilers, so let's get started. So it just basically starts with the president giving like a presentation. I guess they've kind of replaced the original General Wash actor with Harrison Ford, Han Solo, and he's basically the president in this. So Wash has come a long way from where he started in 2008, Incredible Hulk, to now in Brave New World. Yeah, he's got so far in his career. It's cool that they bring some characters back like Betty. Abomination they brought back in like She-Hulk, but that was done terribly. But at least the leader, a character who was in also in 2008, has been brought back. It just makes you wish they still had Hulk right now. Like, just imagine how the end could have been, which, you know, obviously I'm talking about spoilers, so yeah. When Falcon's fighting Red Hulk, he's losing, but then Hulk comes and just saves him. And fans would just be so happy. Like, that's... If you're gonna have so many Hulk characters in the flipping movie, I just feel like they should have had Hulk come in the third act instead of, you know, the Winter Soldier cameo. Even though he doesn't really do anything, he just gives like some motivation to Falcon. Yeah, because at the end of the day, he's someone who a lot of people think should have been Captain America, and at this point, I agree because Falcon, he doesn't really have the power to do things, so he kind of at some point ends up struggling because I feel like it gets really unrealistic at the beginning, and maybe that's why they did some reshoots. Apart from probably the story also being not good. But when you're just seeing his fight scenes, it just doesn't hit the same as Steve Rogers because, you know, he had the strength, and then just the choreography from the Russo brothers was just perfect. You don't really have that here, so the fights are not really as good. And you can tell he's using Black Panther, Wakanda technology, because he wouldn't be winning those fights if he didn't have anything. And that suit, yeah, combination of possibly Stark stuff with Wakandan technology. Yeah, that's the only way how he's managing, because he's beating people to me who he shouldn't be able to beat. Then you got the new Falcon, who I didn't really know what to think about him at first, but he ends up becoming a decent character. Yeah, it's like I'm seeing Falcon all over again, but just maybe not as good. But for the way how they end things with his character at the end of the film, he's definitely got potential. Like, this is the thing that I've wanted for the longest time with this new era of MCU that's just been failing for 5 years. I want him to introduce new characters that could possibly become the next Avengers. And they've just been failing to do that because they've just been making randomness and characters we don't really like that much. There's only a very small amount, like Yelena and stuff, that I actually like, but there's no one I'm to like really like or love after all this time. I mean, yes, I do love Yelena, but as someone who's gonna lead a franchise, but you'd be one of the people to lead like the franchise going forward. So far, she doesn't feel like that, but we'll see if Thunderbolts can change that. But yeah, but Thunderbolts also looks like it's gonna just be another average film like this, which I've already given my rating. It's gonna be like probably like 6.8. But at least it's not like a 5.43, just one. Like, man, because this is basically the first Disney made MCU film I've watched since Doctor Strange 2, because that movie was just terrible. It's just, as time went on, I just started to hate that film. It was just so badly written, destroyed Doctor Strange's character, just destroyed Wanda's character. It's just, that movie was a mess. And this is just a huge improvement after, because the only movies I watched were by people that I know would actually care to make a good film, like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool and Wolverine, and James Gunn with Guardians 3, which was just a beautiful ending. Because there's a lot of movies that, you know, bring me to tears, like Guardians 2 with Yondu, Logan with the real Logan, Wolverine, since the one in Deadpool 3 isn't really the real Logan, so yeah, he's like from a different universe. But Guardians 3, and even Superman and Lois, which is DC and it's a TV show, man, those two things, damn, Guardians 3 and Superman and Lois, they definitely brought me to proper tears recently. Yeah. Just perfect storytelling, perfect ending to the characters. Yeah. But yeah, back to this film. I just really hope they do build up to something good because I've always liked Falcon, but when he became Captain America, it just felt wrong. He didn't feel like he should be Captain America. It just felt like a weird choice. But yeah, he basically takes out soldiers in this place and captures something that's, I guess, going to be useful to them. And I guess they still got the person who would have been the original Captain America. Like, I guess the new Falcon's gonna be trained by him. And I'm surprised flipping Sam hasn't just been instantly killed accidentally by him with his strength. But he used to train with Steve, so he knows his strength, I guess. So yeah, it's cool to see that his character's still around and they implement his character in an interesting way. Yeah, even though I wish they decided to do way more with him since he has basically super strength. Like he would have been useful. Like, so to me, his character's been wasted with how they decide to use him. To be honest, it kind of brings like a emotion point for Sam, but then the way how they use his character is just not really the best. Because I could probably just get straight into spoilers because, you know, they basically go to this presentation and what they're going to do with this new stuff they found thanks to Sam and stuff. And how, you know, Wasp wants to work with him, like create the new Avengers, but then something ends up going wrong, which we'll get to. Because he basically tried to assassinate him, but since it's spoilers, I'll just say that, you know, basically the leader wanted to get revenge because he was imprisoned by Wasp all this time. And he's being, in a way, blackmailing Wasp. Because, you know, Wasp basically had a disease. And after seeing Betty die, it probably got even worse. He just stopped caring. But then he found out from the leader that, you know, he could basically be he could be treated, but it'd bring out something in him, which we all know to be the Red Hulk by the end of the film. Yeah. The leader's just like possibly the smartest person in the movie, so you really think the smartest person in this movie is gonna fully lose? Yes, he gets arrested by the end, but he basically wins. He achieves his goal, even though I feel like he should have aimed a bit higher. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a good film. But yeah, the original Captain America guy, he ends up getting controlled by the leader, and he gets framed. That woman that, you know, was on the screen, she's basically like the Black Widow in this film, and she's more of a Black Widow than Yelena, because Yelena's just so comedic. She just feels like a completely different kind of character to not really be like a Black Widow replacement. But the one in this movie actually feels like a Black Widow replacement. But I don't know if they're ever going to use her again. And, you know, he's in prison because he's been framed. But if Sam's going to do everything in his power to free him and find out what really happened with his Falcon buddy, then you got Gustavo Fringe trying to kill Falcon. And he struggles with this guy because he's basically Bullseye. Before we're going to get the true Bullseye back, like he's basically Bullseye in this movie. And he comes close to defeating Falcon, but he decides to use his brain and is able to defeat him. Yeah. And then this is when General Ross and him end up just having issues, and then he's having issues with other governments, other countries, because the Japans don't want to back up like his plan and stuff. So he needs to find a way to get him back in. They're just trying to find out what's going on. She discovers that, you know, people like someone she knew was being controlled and killed himself and killed some prisoners that were probably important to like maybe leak information or something. He's just trying to think of a plan to, you know, get everyone back on his side. They're just on a secret mission. They end up going to this place where they could find some more information. So they learn a lot of stuff, but then they get captured. But then, you know, they also get mind controlled. Then this is when they kind of first actually proper view the leader. And I don't know what most people think about his design. I feel like it's obviously more realistic. But yeah, he just still looks mostly human. The leader should be like green like the Hulk, but maybe not too green, more like a light green, but still green instead of like still looking normal. It's just mainly his eyes that look cool, but then his brain just looks all messed up. Yeah. The way how she kicks ass, man. It definitely reminds me of Black Widow, but no one will truly replace Black Widow. But I'd say she comes the closest. And I can actually take her serious, unlike Yelena, but she's just a fun character. And it seems like they're gonna try to give her more of a proper story in Thunderbolts, but yeah. And yeah, basically, they actually mentioned the celestial thing in the ocean, something that they haven't really mentioned since flipping Eternals. There's just so many plot holes after Endgame in this new phases, new trilogy of phases, or whatever I should call it, the saga, multiverse saga. It's just the multiverse saga has been mostly a failure so far, but now they're finally starting to address stuff. And I guess Deadpool 3 kind of continued some stuff from Loki. So I guess maybe we're finally getting to a point where they're gonna actually link things together and build up the next Avengers films, because I've had no care for these films. But if they're actually gonna try build now and actually at least make decent films, like start from there to then actually maybe making a great film again, because Disney hasn't made a great MCU film since Endgame, and that's not even perfect. It's got a lot of flaws, but it just ends some characters so well. Because the ones that have actually been good are by people that actually cared, like I said, James Gunn and Ryan Reynolds, and then the people who worked on No Way Home with Spider-Man. Yeah, they're the ones who actually cared, and I guess some of it just had basically just nostalgia. But then the Guardians was a true ending to like the Guardians. It was perfect. And if this is how they're gonna start, that's all right. I'm still hoping, Daredevil Born Again's great. It can't just be decent. That's not good enough. It needs to be great. But this gives me hope, since they're like that, they're actually starting to address important stuff from other films, even if they don't bring back the Eternals. Which, to be honest, I want them back. But for how that movie failed, I feel like they're just gonna focus on specific stuff. Yeah. And Sam is just basically trying to stop a missile attack. Like, he's slowly starting to turn into Red Hulk, but he holds it off for like at least this part of the film. But this movie goes by pretty fast, especially when there's a lot of talking in this film. It's not like action heavy and stuff. They sparingly use the action since they don't really have the Russo brothers to make amazing action. But yeah, while they're kind of doing this mission, I guess Falcon's buddy ends up getting hurt. The Asian Falcon, or whatever I should call him. And Sam's worried about him. But he needs to focus on the mission and stop the missiles and stuff. Then when he's in the hospital, I guess Bucky comes to visit, gives Sam some motivational speeches while just kind of joking around. It's a nice fun scene. It seems like he's doing well for himself. But it makes me wonder why he's in the Thunderbolts when his life's actually getting fixed right now. Like, he's doing good things, especially after everything is done too. Yeah. And she's just basically kind of flirting on him. That's also. And yeah, he's doing everything he can to achieve his mission, killing innocent people or whatever. And he starts talking to Ross to make him go angry and stuff. And then he has a conversation about his plans, and that he's always going to be more than 2 steps ahead, like 5, 7, 10, because it's just that brain. It's just the way how they make him look. It's not perfect. It really isn't. He should be way more green, but whatever. And yeah, this is when he starts flipping out and turning into Red Hulk. Since all the information, all the conversations he's had with the leader has been leaked, how he basically imprisoned him and just been working with him. And that just makes him mad because it kind of sabotages like his presidency. And he just turns into Red Hulk. And like I said, Red Hulk's just done so well here, like the animation and stuff. And I just wish we had the actual Hulk come and try to stop him. That would have been perfect. It would have introduced the real Hulk back, but no. And I'm just also happy they didn't flipping have Sam defeat Red Hulk, because at moments I was thinking, is he really gonna defeat Red Hulk? Like that's a joke. But he thinks he defeats him, but then he gets back up and he knows he's not gonna win. Like he could just defeat him in one punch and he's dead. But he tries to calm him down. But since he tries to go to in the area where he wanted to take a walk with Betty, I don't know if that's what eventually ends up calming him down, because he wouldn't have won that fight. And he ends up having a conversation with Betty early on in the film, like about coming to this place. And you just see Betty at the end, which is nice to see after all these years, over a decade, not using her character, because I guess she got took away from the blip. And it's just weird, he never really addressed Betty after all this time. Yeah. It's just so weird. But at least she's finally shown on screen. And he accepts like what he did was wrong and he's willing to take the blame. Basically, he's in the same prison cell as everyone that was in the prison cell in Civil War at the end. And I just wonder if he'll get a chance to get out and just be with Betty, because if he's not going to be using that stuff anymore that the leader was giving him, I'd say he deserves to be with his daughter for the rest of his life. But it's just nice to see Betty again, if I can even show her, if it lets me. Cause I just don't want to play it. I don't know if I'll get copyright and stuff, but yeah. And he ends up recovering and has a nice scene anyway. So I don't think I could show it. It's too much effort. Because when he was watching the Avengers on TV, out of all of them, he wanted to be like Falcon, because it was proof that anyone could be a superhero even without powers. So he wanted to be just like him, and that's what he basically did. Though he's just not perfect, of course. He's not as good as Sam, but I just feel like he has potential, and he's just trying to, find a way to be better than his limitations. And Sam is in the same boat too, even though he might be more skilled than him, but he constantly mentions that maybe I should have took the serum, and yeah, to be honest, at this point he should. He really should. I just don't get why he hasn't yet. Even someone that ended up not being Captain America, who's going to be in Thunderbolts, he's took the serum, so he's going to have the strength. It just makes the most logical sense if he's going to be Captain America. He needs the serum. Yeah. I just don't understand why he hasn't done it yet. It makes no sense. There's no proper explanation why he hasn't done it yet if he's going to be Captain America. Because he can't even handle flipping Red Hulk, so he would have been dead if he wasn't. Because he basically is smart with how he plays things. Yeah. And Bucky just gives him advice like, even though you don't have the leadership kind of quality like Captain America and just the definition of hope and, America, you're at least someone, who never gives up. And in a way, Captain America was the same, because, he could do this all day. But, But how, even though he actually has proper limitations, he's still gonna continue to do what he can and what he believes in and stick up for others. So that's what gives him the Captain America qualities. Because could Bucky do the same? Yeah. But that's the thing, like, Steve Rogers just inspired so many people, so they'd want to, be like him, and Sam wants to, be like him. But he also needs to be himself. Yeah. And yeah, just it's a decent film. Yeah, good messages. Finally building up something, but I just hope the next one's better. That's all I'll say. It's gotta be better. Well, when I say the next one, I don't know if I mean the next Captain America film, or I just feel like when we get to like the secret wars and stuff, they need to just give him the serum or something, because maybe like someone he cares about's in danger and he decides to take the serum or something. I just feel like we need to get to that point, because by the time we get Captain America 5, he needs to have the serum. If he doesn't, I'm bruh. It's just, this movie has limitations because he doesn't take the serum, so I just feel like he should have took it, so he can do a lot more of his character. Even though they still do decent enough stuff, I just feel like I haven't really watched a Captain America movie. It just feels like a Falcon movie, really. Because I'm never going to view him as Captain America until he does specific stuff like, the serum. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a decent watch. 6.8 out of 10. I wouldn't say you should desperately go to watch it because I just watched it online. I'm not even gonna lie, because I haven't actually watched a Marvel movie since Doctor Strange 2 because I was just so let down. And I watched that in the cinemas and it's awful CGI and the story so bad. So I only watched, like I said, the movies that I know would be good for people that actually cared. And at least after all this time, after like 3-4 years, I've watched a movie made fully by Disney and it's decent, yeah. And it has potential. They have potential to actually start building something again. Because you got to start somewhere, yeah. Because even in the better, saga, the Infinity Saga, there were some duds and there were some average films, but they at least were building to something. So if that's what they have to do, then good. I was not making trash again. Like, this is truly your last chance to keep me as a MCU fan, or I'm just 100% done. I don't care anymore, and I haven't cared for a while now. So yeah, this is your last chance to build something and don't fail. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. Let me know if you even bothered to watch this film. If you didn't, I don't blame you, but it's decent. They're trying, but man, I've just seen so many fans in other channels like Jeremy Johns, like just they don't even care. They're just watching his review. They don't even care to watch the film. They don't care about spoilers at this point because they've failed the MCU for like 5 years. So why would they care? But yeah, it's just decent. That's all I got to say. Appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.